from Chicago's NBC 5, this is NBC 5 News at 5.
First at 5, the fugitive doctor faces his past. A judge rejects a plea from Dr. Mark Weinberger, saying he should spend much more time behind bars. Good afternoon from Studio 5. I'm Rob Staff.
And I'm Allison Rosati. The plea agreement would have kept Dr. Weinberger behind bars for 4 years. But the federal judge today said that's not enough. NBC 5's Dick Johnson joins us now with more on what happened in court today and how the families of the victims are reacting to this
Well,
tonight.
you can imagine, Allison and Rob, and the federal judge in Indiana was heavily lobbied to make the decision he made by those who felt they'd been wronged by Weinberger. Nonetheless, it came as quite a surprise. Representatives and relatives of Mark Weinberger's former patients arrived in pouring rain at the Hammond Federal Courthouse, but soon emerged with bright smiles and hugs.
It feels so good to know that he's not going to get out anytime in the foreseeable future.
Weinberger believes that he's the smartest man in the room, and today he discovered he's not.
Inside the courtroom, in an orange jail jumpsuit, the at first calm, confident demeanor of the former Northwest Indiana surgeon suddenly turned anxious and concerned when Judge Philip Simon rejected his guilty plea agreement that included 4 years in prison. Said Simon, "I don't have a comfort level that the plea agreement takes in the scope of the criminal conduct."
I feel good seeing him this way. I think orange suits him.
Now Weinberger could face a criminal jury trial and a possible 200 years behind bars.
So that he doesn't have the opportunity to treat his patients like paychecks.
Judge Simon said, "I'm not convinced the amount of fraud is limited to these 22 cases. He cited communication from an insurance company that claims at least 53 other patients were fraudulently billed for surgery never actually performed at Weinberger's Maryville, Indiana clinic. The judge said the former doctor's gross income of $27 million and net of $7 million over a 3-year period is rather staggering for one doctor. Peggy Hood's sister died after Weinberger treated sinus problems but missed her advanced throat cancer.
I think my sister would be pleased with the decision.
Weinberger's ex-wife, Michelle Kramer, whom he so lavishly married, then fled to hide out in Italy, reacted by text to NBC 5 today, saying, "This is good news. Doing Vanity Fair and Oprah was worth it if it pressured the judge at all. This feels good." But I'm told there's a strong possibility there'll be another plea agreement, perhaps for something like an 8-year sentence by the time both sides meet again for a status hearing in 30 days. Yet for some former patients who have lifelong challenges because of what the doctor did, no amount of time or money is justice enough. Allison and Rob, as you know, Dateline will have much more. You will have much more on Dateline on May 13th.
All right. Thanks, Dick.